All right, good morning, guys. We've got a couple things to look at today. We're just going to ignore phase dropping right now. We've got drug here up pretty high. I was actually watching it down here, thinking I might buy in because we're near that low here, but I never actually did it in the pre-market. So it did go up. It went up from $2.75 all the way up to almost $3 there, just barely touching $3. Anyways, it's back down to that 200 EMA now. It's looking pretty decent for an entry. We've got MGAM here down from $3.30 up to 425 here. So we've got a decent range. It is currently looking like it's probably going to bounce off that 200 EMA on open. INAB, similar story here, going from 212 all the way up to 286. Looks like it did actually bounce off that 200 EMA. Currently up near that top band, so I'm expecting a little bit of a drop. It might hold on the support line here. If so, it could run up to VWAP. We've got phase here, kind of struggling. It's all over the place. I've got a little bit left on the table with this trade. I didn't want to hold into market open because that's just really risky. And then we have BBBY here dropping down to 1435, maybe even lower today. Yeah, it was down to 1370 earlier this morning and then hitting highs of like $15.50. Random spike there going from 1430 all the way up to $15. Looks like it's currently staying around 1450 again, so this could be something worth playing. Not really entirely certain. BBBY hasn't really been my thing lately, so we'll have to see on open. We've got 20 seconds left until phase opens up, so we're going to see if we can make some money happen here. Putting stop down around entry here, around 2260. We'll see if it holds or if it drops, but in any case, I'd like to have a little bit of a safety net. I want to hold on to those profits because that was a little bit of a fight to get those. So we're going to see if we stop out here on the remainder. MGAM looks like it's dropping a little bit here. Just past that 200 EMA, we see a nice pullback. So I think we're going to buy in on MGAM here. 380. That'll go 390. I think it looks like 390 there. We're going to go for a 430 PT and then just a 3, maybe just even a 376. I don't want to really give it 15 cents, but we do want to get it below that support line. So it's kind of a tough situation here. So yeah, I'll go 376 on that. Phase back down to 2250 here. Looks like it just touched VWAP. That could be a potential buy-in opportunity. So I kind of want to give it the shot here. So phase, we're going to go for a 22, maybe just a 22 flat entry. We're going to go for $24 here at least. And then just give it a $21 stop. I still think that's maybe even a little bit much, but we'll see. Hang on, we're dropping a little bit here down past $22. It's all over the place. I think we're gonna stick with that $21 stop. We kind of need that room. So we'll see if this holds or what happens here. But it quite a bit of volatility here both ways, so it's gonna be kind of hard to play this properly. Definitely a lot of risk involved with it. We're almost at our PT though. Yeah, we hit as high as 2350. I think we could probably take some profits there. Taking some profits, 2350. So these candles are just really whack. So let's just do that. Get a little bit of a better angle on it, I guess. MGAM looks like it's dropping into stop here, so we're going to be stopping out on MGAM. So our entry on MGAM was around 390. And then our exit was 375. Phase kind of struggling right now. We've got MGAM dropping. We've got Drug dropping back down to a support line here at 280. I think Drug might be worth trying for 280 here. Remember that was a level from yesterday, so let's try 280. I'm going to go for $3 with a 270, maybe a 275 stop. I don't think we need a lot of room here. Wow, that was a massive drop. Okay, so we're getting in here. 270. I guess we're getting in 275. So we're going to get in 275 here. I guess that makes our stop 270. Which honestly probably... Whoa, well, look at that drop. We almost stopped out right there. And that actually moved my stop down, so I should have actually stopped out there. Move it back up. We'll see what happens. Chart's bouncing around so much. This one and phase all over the place. Such volatility. INAB going. We should take a look at that. I'm just waiting to see if this is going to stop me out now that I've got that proper stop in. INAB looking good. It is going to come back down. BWV, I looked at that pre-market. It didn't look like it was doing anything, but it definitely looks like it's doing something now. We're up to 350 on that over a 314 area to start. So looking pretty good there. Phase does drop down for the remainder into stop here. So we're going to lose a little bit there. NBEV, we could take a look at as well. Yep. NBV, kind of cheap, 30-cent range, so you're looking at a 1 cent stop, but it does look pretty bullish right now. This also looks very bullish. That was a very big wick, though, so I think we might... we got a lot of risky things. What's the SL on drug? 5 cents from where we get in here. So right now it's 270. Got in at 275. INAB here down quite a bit. I'm actually thinking INAB is a good place to buy right now. If it doesn't break down from the support area. So we're going to be looking at probably a 230, 233 entry. We're going to go for probably 240. I want to get 250 out of it, and then we'll get a 220, the 228 stop. That seems fair. I don't really want to see this drop down much further than 228. Although you could give it a little bit more. You could get like 227. I think if it breaks down from the support line, I'll just exit anyway. So maybe even 230 would be a fair stop. I'm going to move it up there. It depends what you want to do. If you want to wait for that 228 to hit before you sell, definitely go for it. But I think if we see a breakdown, then I think that's what I'll be doing, is taking the cut there. Drug down to, or up actually, a little bit up here, back to 278 from 275. So we're seeing a little bit of a correction and a run here. BWV still looking good. I kind of want to jump in on that as well. So we're going to go BWV. I'd like to get in around 340. We're going to aim for 360 with a 330 stop. So we're going to give it about a decent amount of room. Oh, we picked like right on a line here. That's okay. We'll just go right there. Just trying to see where these lines go. There's quite a bit of room here. It almost hit that high a day there. We hit 359. It has to get to 365 to break a new high. 366 technically if we want to actually break it. BWV is definitely going, yeah. Drop back down to about 344. Looking like we might lose a little bit of the momentum here, so wherever you got in, maybe you just secure a little bit of profit wherever you can. I'm going to go ahead and make that announcement. BWV wherever you can, even if it's just a tiny bit. I'd rather secure a tiny bit and then not at all. Drugs back to 280 here from 275. We did see a high there of 284. 285 is a good place to take profits, or 284 if you want to. Take profits on drug 280, 285-ish. INAB to 253, so we are hitting that PT on INAB. And we're going to be taking some profits here. We are breaking to a new high in market open, so we are going to let this run a little bit. What's phase doing? $21. We're currently seeing a little bit of a pull back here down to the $20 mark. It looks like this is a reversal candle. Should be heading back down, and we'll see that if that holds for a little while here. We're going to stop out on this wick here. Look at that wick. That is a massive wick. 340 all the way down to 330. That's a 10-cent wick, and then all the way back up to 350. Today is wild. Look at that. NBEV or NBEV. Not looking too bad. I'm a little worried about taking a trade on something that cheap though. Phase back down. I think I'm going to give it a tight stop, but I do want to jump back in on phase because we're making a little bit of money back and forth here with this. So we're going to go phase. We want to get in around that $20.50. I think our stop loss can be like maybe just under this. So we'll go like $20 and maybe even just $20. Give it 50 cents. And we're going to go for a $23 PT. Yeah, we'll go $20 stop on this. I don't even think we necessarily need that much room because if we see it breaking a new low, we should be out, but we'll see about that. INAB hits a high of 260 there. MGAM looks like it is probably a dead cat bounce, to be honest. I'm not really seeing a whole lot that makes that look like it's gonna keep going. I mean, MACD's coming up. We have a little bit lower volume. Today's not comfortable. No, this is one of those days you kind of need like larger stop losses, but it's also very risky to do that. BBB wise, looking pretty good here. BWV is back down quite a bit to VWAP. I think this is where I want to take an entry on BWV again. BWV. So we're going to go for a 335. We're going to go for a 360 and then a 325. So we're going to give it 10 cents room here. Maybe we even get lower here on... Oh, I did that wrong. NW and BWV. What was I even trying to type there? NWV is what I said. That's not even close to the ticker. I was thinking NBEV and BWV at the same time for some reason. That was weird. I'm glad I caught that pretty quick though. So we dropped down as low as 333 there, so not much lower than what we were expecting to get. Oops, I did something wrong there. There we go, fixed it. All over the place here. Up to 344 on that. We have phase dropping down to basically where we want to get in, so we're going to jump in on phase here. Keeping the same stop loss, even though I'm getting in slightly lower than I wanted to. I don't really want this to drop much lower. I mean, you could technically pick a stop down here at like $19 if you really wanted to, and that might be okay, but I really don't think it's worth taking that big of a risk on it. BWV hit a high there of 344. If we can hit 345, that's 10 cents profit. We'll end up taking some there. Taking some profit. BWV, right? Yeah. 345. 345, yeah. All right, 348, we'll take it. Phase kind of bouncing around, so we're waiting to see if this can correct itself at least back up to maybe $22 would be a good place to take some profits. INAB back down a little bit. Looks like it wants to go again. We've got MGAM here actually breaking through the other high here, so this is a good bullish sign. And drug breaking down. So we took some profits there, 284, 285. It looks like it's completely breaking down now, so we're going to make sure that we're out of that position. Probably won't be taking another one on it for a while. INAB here, wow. Not looking too bad. And then we have phase here, still struggling, very, very close to that stop. And BWV here at 355. That's another spot to take profits. We're another 10 cents up. Almost 360 here, so take some profits. Taking some profits. BWV, 360-ish. Okay, so we have a little bit of that position left. Maybe it goes higher, maybe it doesn't, kind of hard to tell. We'll just leave it be for now and see what happens. NBEV here is looking very consistent, which is really weird for a stock this cheap. We could probably try and take a play on this. I'm a little worried because our stop does have to be like 1 cent, but we'll go 0.34. We're going to go for 0.30. We'll go for 0.36. Maybe we get more, maybe we get less. You know, I'd even like to get into 0.33 if we can, even on the high end of 0.33, 0.36. And we're going to go 0.30. Maybe we'll go 0.32. Yeah, I can't really justify more than 1 cent here, so we'll go 0.32 for a stop. All right, looks like we can buy in here. Looks like we're getting 0.32. And that is NBEV. 0.32. Jumped in 0.32, move parameters. Down 1 cent. So our stop loss can be 0.31 then. Honestly, though, I think we could, I wish we could get it below this VWAP, but that would be too much room. Up to 0.33 now. What about drug? Drug, we're out of. We took some profits at 285, and then we took the stop on the remainder. MGAM at $4 here. Holy moly. Hey, way to go. 411. Yeah, no kidding. INAB here with another big push up to that 260 area. Phase breaking down, so we're going to be taking the stop on phase. Too much volatility on phase. So it's a good thing we didn't actually just give it that big stop, because it would have just stopped us out anyway. So our tight stop really actually, it sounds weird to say it paid off for us, but it did. Because instead of taking like $1.50 stop, it took 30 cents on that, which isn't bad. NBET back down. We did see a high there of 0.33, so not bad. I think we're there again. You could take some profits at 0.33. 1 cent is still about 3%, right? So might not be the worst decision. Take a little profit, 0.33 on NBEV. Just to secure a little bit on the way up. MGAM 410 still, INAB still struggling, phase with that nasty drop, and we have BWV here still struggling as well. Hit that 364 level. If it drops back down to VWAP, maybe we re-enter here. MGAM waiting for a little bit of a pullback here. I hope this doesn't start running. I don't want to chase it. We could try phase again, but honestly, it's looking pretty risky. This could drop down even further. I would say if it hit that 200 EMA again, I would definitely consider buying in. But it looks like it's just going to curl up from here. I don't know. I don't know if we should play that or not. $20 range is really hard to play. What a short, yeah. Oh, Wiz, I know. I was thinking about that earlier. Man, I was playing these guys in high school on Call of Duty and stuff, and here we are playing against them again. Or with them. Depending on if you're shorting or not, I guess. NBEV looks like it's gonna stop us out. So it's a good thing we took a little bit of profit early on. BWV almost down to VWAP. Phase looks like it's just gonna go up from here, so I kind of want to try phase again. We could try for 19-ish. We're gonna go for a 21 PT and then a 1850 stop. So we're gonna give it about 50 cents from where we get in. Seeing quite a bit of volatility on this still. So that's phase. So wherever you get in, give it about 50 cents. That's the goal. BWV does touch that VWAP. MACD's pointed down pretty harshly here, so I think I'm going to leave a B for now. Phase did jump up all the way to $20.60 there. INAB still looking good. I'm still waiting for either a break of a new high or breaking down so we can look like we're going to get another... Hey, bud. So we can get another entry on this. MGAM still sitting around that $4.10 mark, so that one's up pretty high. And we have drug here, either dead cat bouncing or looking to make a return, but if it tries to make a return, it's got a whole long way to go. So we're gonna have to wait and see on that one. We'll see what's up with that. Nerve again. Let's take a look at Nerve. Yeah, it's doing okay. Again, doesn't really look like it's got a lot of range to it, but we'll see. As soon as you say it drops. Yeah, wow, no kidding, eh? What the hell is that? Yeah, going from 1050 to 1150, so it's got a dollar range there. That's not terrible. The volatility on this is what actually makes it super playable sometimes. All right, so we're getting a decent entry here on phase. If you're being patient, I mean, you might be even more patient than me, and you could wait even longer, but I'm good to just jump in here and take that risk. BWV is not giving up. No, it's not giving up, but it's, I don't know, it's tough. I think I might try for re-entry on this as well. BWV. We're going to try for that VWAP play, so 340 to 360 and a 330 stop. Isn't that exactly what we had before? I think that's what we had the first time around. It got stopped out on. We'll go 329 for now. Wow, BWV running up hard here. Not breaking a new high, though. Unfortunately. Saw that spike there for to 2069. We're hoping to see another one here pretty quick. We're almost at $20. Got in low on $19. So, I mean, at $20, we can take a little bit of profit just to be safe on phase. Taking some profit at 20 on phase. Getting a decent amount of cash here and there, back and forth. BWV dropping down to 341, then hitting that high again of 349. So we did have a chance for an entry. Make sure that we take that opportunity. Bands are coming in pretty tight, probably for consolidation before another run. INAB still sitting up really high. It's not coming down enough to give us another entry. MGAM here, though, hitting that 200 EMA. This could be a potential entry. This could also be the stock that just doesn't use that 200 EMA as anything here. So we got to be careful of that because it did start below, or did break down quite a bit below and then just poke back above. So we could be taking an entry here and then it could just fall through like nothing anyway. So that's definitely a risk we take with MGAM here. MGAM. We're going to try it, though. We'll go 390, maybe 389, something like that. We're going to go for 420, and then just a 380 stop. Now, I did that last time, so we're going to go 378. Mostly because I want to make sure that I don't have to move that support line. We're getting around that 390 on MGAM right now. 388, going to take that. That actually makes up for the 2 cents that I gave it. 1950, we hit a high there of $20.24 on phase. So make sure you're securing a little bit of profit around that $20 mark. We've got INAB with a nice spike up to 264. Where were we at before on INAB? We got up to, I sold a little bit, 256 there on it. So we did hit a new high. Looking half decent. We see that MGAM here looks like it's building a little bit of pressure off that 200 EMA, so it's not a complete loss for that 200 EMA. It could hold here. NBEV back up. We did see up to 0.34 without hitting stop, which is really nice. With NBEV, I would say just keep securing little bits on the way up. There's no point in holding and not taking profits every cent, because every cent's going to be like 3% on the stock, so just makes sense. Nerve all the way down. We actually saw it break a new low here of 1030, so getting pretty low on that. BWV breaking down slightly here. If you were waiting for that 340 entry or around it, you're getting that now. INAB here hits a high of 266 that time, or 266? Yeah, 266. So we're getting pretty high on that. We could look at taking some more profits around that level. More profits. INAB 266-ish. Just something higher than where we averaged out last time. We just want to make sure that we're, securing profits on the way up on that. MGAM breaks down with a nasty drop here down to that support area. Not sure how strong the support is, but if it's not very strong, we're looking at a stop out here. We'll have to wait and see on that, though. Almost at 0.35 here on, we just touched it actually on NBEV, so secure more profit, NBEV. 0.35. Maybe we hit 0.40 today. That would be cool. MGAM still struggling. We've got INAB here at 260. Phase at $20 here. So we have yet to actually stop out on this, but it's just, it's slowly going. It's slowly going. I think we're going to get somewhere with this. 1850 was supposed to be our stop, so I'm going to go ahead and find that 1850 level. Right there, of course, right on the same line. That's our stop right there. We're almost at 21 here. $20.50, $21. Gonna secure a little bit more around this price range. Securing some more phase around 21-ish. Somewhere along there. Okay, we've got BWV. With the breakdown, so we're stopping out on BWV. Okay, and then we've got MGAM here. Didn't hit our stop, but very, very, very close to it. Looks like it is recovering back up to that 390 area. You could take this as an exit if you want to, but I think MGAM's got something to prove here. I think it's going to head back up, so I'm going to continue to hold here. Gonna sit on your hands. 36 cents on NBEV here. We're just making money on this. You could take some more at 36. Just secure little bits here and there. Continue on the way up. I bet we'll hit 40 cents here. That would be great. You hear green, but everything feels gross. I do feel that it's one of those days where everything's kind of like a mental struggle, you know? We're not getting great entries. We're not getting great exits. There's a lot of volatility to watch. PXMD, we can take a look at that as well. BWV, another knife. Oh yeah, look at that. All the way down to $3. How nice is that? Where were we sitting on this yesterday? We were sitting at 280, so we could even see another knife too. Fingers crossed it doesn't happen, but oh, another knife down. We saw 392 there, and then just about stopping out. Just stopped out right there. So we are hitting that stop. Not the end of the world. We are taking a few stops today, but we are also making some money, so it's kind of all over the place. I think BWV's dead. Drug's probably dead. MGAM is looking like it could still go. I think our stop was just not in the right place. I don't know where the right stop is though on this, you know? Like, do we wait for it to come all the way back down to this 360 level? That could be an option. We've got phase here that ran up all the way to 2070, back down to that 1980 area. I think this is something that's going to run, so I kind of want to continue to hold. BWV looks like it's continuing its drop a little bit past that $3 mark. We've got BBBY looking like it wants to come back. And I was going to look up PXMD. PXMD did have a nice run up here. We went from no volume to lots of volume, so this is typically something that goes back to no volume, so we'll have to see when this starts moving again. Phase back down to 1950. INAB breaking into that 270. Haven't really gotten a re-entry on it, so we're still holding on to a few shares here, and I think it might be getting close to time to cut them. We're hitting almost at 280 resistance. We're getting close to that high a day, actually. You think BWV wants to recover? I'm with you. Let's try it. Let's try BWV recovery. BWV. We'll go for a $3 entry. We're going to go for a 330 PT, and then we're going to go for a 292 stop out. Risky recovery. Let's see. Yeah, I think you're right. This was a nasty, nasty drop. We're going to have lots of bag holders here, so I think that this is definitely a good area to see a recovery. If there is ever going to be one, it would be here. So let's give it a shot. We're running close to the end of the month. We're obviously well past our goal for the month, so we can take a little bit of risk here and have a little bit of fun with it. We'll see what happens. I would say that this is definitely a risky play though, so make sure you keep that in mind if you're just teetering on that green side. That might not be something you want to take. We hit a high there of 36 cents on NBEV. Came down a little bit. Phase back up to that $20 area. Hit 2030. INAB sitting around that hit 280. I think that's probably a good place to secure the last of our profits. Take the last of your profits. INAB around 280-ish. Getting a few opportunities along the way to take profits. MGAM, I still think that there's going to be a potential here, so we're going to wait a little bit. We're going to see where it starts to turn around. Bottom band starting to close in, so I think we're getting close on MGAM here. And MACD looks like it's starting to curl, so maybe we go for a 375 entry. We're going to go for $4 PT and then a 365 stop. I would consider this one definitely less risky than that other trade we're taking on BWV, but you never really know. This one could definitely stop us out with volatility. We saw it have these nasty drops quite a few times all over the place, but we also see sometimes it has these nice run-ups too, so kind of goes back and forth. We're hitting that 280 area. You could secure profits anywhere here. I'll be securing the last bit of mine here pretty quick. Phase still sticking around that $20 range. We've got Nerve still heading down. PXMD unhalts. We're going to see if this has some volume left in it. This might be going back up here. How's my stop losses? How's my stop losses? I'm trying to figure out what that means. How are my stop losses? What does that mean? Like how big are they? Or how are they like doing? Like how many stops am I taking? I think I might be overthinking the question. How are they doing? They're doing great. They're doing great. We're taking a couple stops. If you're asking about how big they are, they're usually about 3%. Today we've been giving it a little bit more room on some of them that need it, but generally speaking, about 3%. PXMD does look like it's heading back up. That could be another play opportunity. BWV is not moving at all. Phase $20. I now back down to that 280 area. MGAN looks like we picked the bottom there at around 375, and it has actually recovered back up to 385. It's Cal from Discord. Nice. I think we need to jump in on PXMD here. This one's looking like it's recovering pretty hard. PXMD, I guess 450. If you could get in lower, that would obviously be beneficial for yourself. Maybe we'll go 445. We're going to go for 480 and then just a 435 stop. We don't want to give it too much room. I think this could be something that, you know, does come back down on us, so I'm not going to give it more than 10 cents. Again, sometimes my risk management actually gets me in trouble when it's too tight, so who actually knows? BWV looks like it's time to buy in. It was hovering around that 302 area. I was waiting for the $3 area, and then we just dropped down to 290. So I guess I'm buying in around here. And we're just back up, just like that. I actually almost caught it all the way back up anyway, so that was weird. So I'm going to put that stop down to 290, although I don't think that's going to save me if it comes back down. We'll have to see. Phase back up to $20, looking like it's going to start to run up here. MGAN back down a little bit. When it hit 385 or above, that's definitely a good place to take some profits, just secure profits on that at 10 cents up. Some profits. MGAM 385. We'll see what that does for us. Phase to 2040 there. Looks like 2050. Looking to secure somewhere around like hopefully 21 or above, like maybe even 22. PXMD with a nasty drop, so honestly, it's a good thing we didn't give it a lot of room, because if we did, we would have just gotten pretty well instantly stopped out. And there wasn't any room to take profits, so that was just a straight stop. I mean, there was a tiny bit, but honestly, not enough to actually ever warrant taking profits on that. BWV is looking like it's holding again, so I don't really know what to say about this, because I'm up a couple cents. I could technically speaking, take some money here. Maybe if we hit 305. I'm gonna try for 305. That's gonna be our potential area for profit. Phase still $20. INAB hits $3. Okay, I was saying I was taking profits. I should probably do that and then close this out. Although now that if I close it out, I'm going to be missing quite a bit. I want to get at least back up to 305. No, that's being greedy. It's literally 2 cents. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to secure here at 303. And then I guess we're going to have to look for a new entry on this because it's just running. It's running really hard, and it really isn't having any sort of pullback to it. So I think this is going to be one of those things where we have to jump in at the slightest pullback here. Or maybe not even a pullback. Maybe we just jump in and kind of hope for the best. Give it a decent amount of room. So if we see a slight pullback, it doesn't stop us out. $3. We're going to go for 330 on it, and we're going to give it a 290 stop. We'll just give it a 290 stop and see what happens. I mean, that's really only like one candle behind it, but if we get lower than $3 here, we could move that stop down with it. INAB. Looks like we're definitely going to get that lower entry here. So, I mean, it dropped down to 294 there. Maybe we can get a little lower. Nah, probably not. I'm going to take that. 293 was the... No, that can't be right. Was that the fill? 294 was the fill. So 294, we're going to go ahead and move this down to 284. We can get rid of these old stop losses. Yeah, INAB is like, I forgot to take a look at it. I was waiting for 280 to hit again, and then I just looked away and never really looked back, and it came back to $3, so that was nice. Phase is at $21. Yeah, I almost missed it too. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and say secure some more profit on phase here, 2150. Because we're definitely in 2150. We're actually already past 2150. So we're doing really well in this. We still have a little bit left. Ultimately, I would like to hit 22 out of it, and I think we're probably going to do that. We might even get as high as 24 again, so we'll have to see. INAB back down to that 290 area. You know what? I think this might be on its way back down. I think we might have picked a bad time to enter. I think I'm going to cut INAB for BE or better. Yeah, I just didn't look at that MACD. We're very overextended right now. This looks like it's hitting a top, and I was just expecting it to run further, so reanalyzing the trade here, I think it's best if I just cut it. If it starts moving back up, I'll jump back in, but I don't think I need to. Not yet, anyway. So we just touched that stop, so if you didn't cut, you hit the stop. So on a second look at this, it looks like we were right the second time around. This is definitely something that's coming down at least a little bit here. We're going to have to see. I think it's going to come down. It's probably going to hit that VWAP or very, very close to it, and then it might continue on its way up. So that's what we'll be watching for, but we also have to watch that MACD to make sure it doesn't break down past that 0 threshold when it touches VWAP. If we get that far, of course. MGAM back up a little bit, so it's hitting that 385 area on MGAM that we were hoping to see here some profits at. Looks like it's back down a little bit now. INAB is something that it could be great or it could be terrible here. We're going to watch it keep breaking down and see how far down it gets. As far as NBEV goes, we're back down in NBEV. We still have a little bit left in it, but we did hit as high as 0.36, so that's pretty awesome from our entry of 0.32. That's 4 cents on a $30 stock, so definitely not bad there. But I'd like to not stop out on the remainder, even if it's only a little bit. BWV is taking forever. I would agree. We saw up to 309, 310 there. So with BWV, we were saying, we were going to take some profits around that 305 area. Depending where you got in. If you got in right at $3, 305 was not really a good place. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, 305 is definitely not a good place to take profits if you got in at $3. But I mean, it got up to 309, so that could have been an okay trade. I guess I lucked out because it dropped before I bought in, and by the time I looked back, it was down pretty low. So in that sense, I lucked out, and I got a little bit, maybe a little bit more profit because of that. Hopefully this does recover back up to that. I would like to see at least 320 from it, but I think the next profit taker is going to have to be 200 EMA. INAB looks like it's going to go again. So, I mean, was I wrong or was I right? I'm not really sure because I would have stopped out. So cutting early was the right move. But that MACD hasn't really recovered yet. So I can't rule out that it isn't going to come back down just yet. And it looks like it definitely could continue back down, but this also kind of looks like a recovery. So I don't know. Do we believe the price action or do we believe the MACD right now? Because they're telling us two different things. Now MACD's catching up. Now MACD's saying it's going to head up. So, I mean, we could try an INAB play. I'd be looking at getting in at 285. We'd be looking at about 310 per PT and then maybe a 275 stop loss. Let's give it a 278 stop loss. I don't really want to give it too little room. I want to make sure that our stop loss is at a reasonable level. But seeing as how I jumped in a little high here, you know what? I have to move this up closer. In fact, I think I have to go 282. Yeah, I don't really want to give it more than 8 cents if I don't have to. And you know what? This looks like a recovery anyway, so I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with just letting this be with the 282 stop. 290. So we just touched that $3 area. That's a good place to take profits, 10 cents profit. So take some profit. INAB. Oh, INAB. $3. And then we'll continue on with BWV here, which actually dropped back down to 294, back up to $3. And we have NBEV here. Didn't stop us out. It looks like it's going again. So who knows? Maybe we get some extra profit out of this. PXMD does look like it's just dying. So we're going to leave that be. We're actually going to close that down. And we can actually close down Nerve too, because I don't think I'm going to be playing that. We're looking at a lack of volume. Same with BBBY. That's just breaking down. And Drug, honestly... No, we're not going to play Drug. I'm going to close that down too. It's a struggle to say I want to close that down because we've made so much money off that in the past, but today's not the day for it. AOUT. No, we don't like that. ARCE. No, God, no. Anything else on the alerts tab? No, I'm not seeing a whole lot here. We're just seeing INAB and MGAM. A little bit of BWV on that. SQNS we could take a look at. SQNS. Nope, nothing there. Okay, so we're stuck playing what we got, but that's okay because we have a couple decent tickers. BWV is still sitting around $3, phased back down after hitting a high there of $21.70. So it got pretty close to that $22 mark. INAB actually went all the way up to 306. Looks like we're hitting a little bit of a pullback again. Maybe you secured some profits around 306. I'm not really sure. I didn't wait for that. And I definitely wasn't looking at it. MGAM there hit 388 and then back down. So we're still holding. We got a little bit of profit off MGAM, but it hasn't really given us much. We're still waiting to see that big spike up that we usually, well, not usually see, but we saw last time. So hopefully we hit another one of those soon, and then we can secure some more profit. BWV, yes. So with BWV, if that's the ticker you're talking about, BWV, my last BWV entry was 294. So we were gonna buy around that $3 mark, but what happened was that we looked away because it was like 303 and I was waiting for $3. By the time I looked back, it was down here at 293 or 294. So I just ended up buying it. Then we saw an immediate move back up. So it ended up working in our favor. INAB back down to 290 here. What do I think of PXMB? I think it's not looking good right now. It's got a lack of volume. I wouldn't be playing that. Phase is under $20. Yep. We could be looking for a re-entry around 1930 on phase. That might not be the worst idea. I'm not entirely sure though. I need to see some bullish price action here or bullish volume. We have nothing to go off of right now. No, BWV hasn't died yet, but it also hasn't done much of anything. So I mean, I made my 10 cents off it. Did I? BWV 294 to 307. Yeah, 307. Yeah. So not looking bad. Phase knife 1920. Oh, whoa, yeah, no kidding. All the way down to 1840. That would have been a good place to buy into. Man, I missed it. I missed it by like 2 seconds. That's okay though. I would have never been able to get an alert that fast. But yeah, we'll wait and see on that one. I would say that INAB looks like it's topping here, but wow, that was a really bullish candle though. I could be wrong. It could just run here. Who knows? I'd be happy if it ran here. $309. Just has to beat 310 here. Okay, we're going for the run. 315. What do we secure at? We secured at $3, so let's secure some more at 320 here. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. NBEV is breaking down to stop, so we're going to be stopping on the small remainder we had. NBEV, let's see you hit 350 here, man. Let's go 350. And then we'll call it a day. That's almost 330. Just kidding, we won't call it a day. We still have 15 minutes. Okay, so it's down a little bit here. FaZe is looking to return from the dead here. MGAM with a breakdown, just about stopping us out on the remainder, but it does look like it's starting to curl back up, so that's good news. BWV still struggling around that $3 range. Very, very slow. FaZe back to that 1950 area. INAB back at 320. I'd like to see it push to 330 here. That would be preferable. You think MGAM's building up? Well, I hope it builds up fast because I don't really want to stop out on the remainder. trying to entertain yourself. Yeah, no kidding. Oh, BWV 306. Making the big bucks now. It's going to be the second you sell, BWV is going to have like a 30-cent candle. It's going to make it all the way back up to 330. Shh, Luca, no. It looks like it might go here. INAB here, almost at 320 again. You think BWV is definitely going to do something here? It definitely looks like it is. I'm getting a little excited myself. You might actually see some more profits. It's getting rejected off that resistance area, though, which could be a bad sign. Looks like it already got rejected twice. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's getting pretty close. Getting down to the wire on this candle here. Oh, another one opens up. Can we break it? Maybe if we zoom in really close. Yeah, it's not going to do it. It ain't going to do it. It got rejected too many times. It's going to head back down now. I'm not bailing on the ship, though. I'm still holding some shares, so... I got 13 minutes to make something happen with this. Somebody dump a couple million in it so we can see at least 315. Yeah, we all got in lower than this. Not a bad idea. It's definitely not a bad idea to bail on it and take some profits, especially if you don't want to be stuck in this trade for the next, like, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. It could take a while to actually break out of it. So INAB back down to that $3 mark, but we secured 290 to 320. So that's pretty good. I would have liked to have gotten in lower on INAB, but you know, by the time I'd made up my mind, it was already starting to really move up. So I had to just kind of jump in and go with it. But we'll see. I mean, like INAB could definitely keep going here. This looks like a bull flag, so could definitely keep going. We are stopping out on the MGAM remains. Looks like it's not building up anything right now. We have NBEV here, which does look like it wants to come back from the dead. This could be a good trade. I think I might try NBEV again. This could just end up in a stop out, but NBEV 0.31, 0.32, 0.33 we'll say, and then a 0.30 stop out. That's so close though. 0.30's right there. Trying to make up my mind here. I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Let's try for at least 0.33 here. It's not that far up, so. And we made so much money the last time around, so can't really say that it's not a good idea. I'm gonna actually probably get in here at 0.30 again. I'm getting in like 1 cent lower than I wanted to, but at that point we can put this down to 0.29. If we put that down to 0.2, oh no, what did I do? Okay, that's okay. At 0.29, I think we're pretty safe unless we start seeing an absolute breakdown here. BWV's going 316. There we go. 316. I'm taking some profit. I don't know why I'm sitting here looking at it. Taking some more profit. BWV 316. Something like that. Definitely good to secure some profit there. I didn't think we were going to see that, so let's make sure we take some. INET back up to $3. FaZe still struggling to get back to 20. MGAM, not really something I'm really interested in right now, and we are almost back up to 0.31 on NBEV. And we can take profits at 0.31. Remember, if we hit 0.31 again, let's take some profits. And just start securing profits on the way up if it starts giving it to us. BWV could definitely break through this, but I don't want to get too greedy with it. Oh man, where's the right GIF? That's the right GIF. That's what I was looking for. Come on, let's hit 0.31 here. We're so close. Really go ahead and put the alert out. Take some profits, NBEV, 0.31. I didn't even put the other bracket. Hey, there we go. We saw a little bit more of a push up to 320 here. Come on. We might actually get to 330 here, which would be amazing. I would never in 100 years thought that we were going to actually push this to 330, so. Okay, so we're hitting 0.31 here on NBEV. Gonna take some profits there. We have INAB here, still very slowly turning around, but that MACD's right at that zero line. So if we break down even a little bit more, we're gonna be in trouble. Still the same profits, nice. Way to go. And your green streak continues. You're doing better in your trading journey than I did in my trading journey when I had as little trading experience as you. Because I didn't really start to make any consistent profit until like year 3. I knocked on wood last time, yeah. I made sure I didn't jinx it. Exactly, exactly. So 60% of the time, it works every time. I hope it continues too. That would be great. You're waiting for BBBY to drop. Let's take a look. I closed down that chart because I wasn't going to play it, but wait, you're waiting for BBBY to drop, but it's already dropped. How much further do you want it to drop? We're actually seeing levels that we haven't seen since yesterday. Unless you're waiting for like a big drop back down to like $11. That could be a thing. See, look at this. Look at you guys. You're making bank. That's so much money. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but with a $500 account, that's a lot of gains. Well, I think it's a $600 account now or something, right? Or close to 600. Well, now it's past 600. It should be past 600 now. What's it like making 100K a day? What's it like making 100K a day? Honestly, it doesn't really phase me at this point. Honestly, it was a long time. Like the first time you do it, it's a high. You feel amazing. The second time, even, I would say it's probably the same thing. After a couple times, and it becomes like an actual reality. It's no longer like a fairy tale in your mind. Then it becomes like just another average day. And then like once you get past the point where you're making a certain amount of money, like no amount of money can have an impact on your life anymore, and it just becomes numbers. So like once you hit that point, it's all the same. Whether I make $50 or $500,000 really doesn't make a difference, right? And that's why I do these account challenges, because like starting with $500, yeah, you know what? If I started with $500,000, I could easily make 100K a day. It would be like no problem at all. But the money doesn't matter. So I'd rather start with a small account and like show people over and over again that you don't need a lot of money to make money. That's more worth it to me than making a lot of money every single day. 75 yesterday and 80 today. Hey, way to go. Yeah, you're killing it on the small account challenge. That's great. And this isn't a bear market. Like, well, it's like a small bull blip in a bear market. So I guess that'd be the best way of putting it. But yeah, like overall, like the market's still not great. So like just imagine when things actually start flying all day long, like just it's like free money. It's like going blueberry picking, but with money. 31.34. I'd like to hit at least 32 before we close out today. How fast you can get to 50K? Nice. It is all about the process, and I think that we're finally hitting a point where some people are seeing that process pay off. Yeah, exactly. It'll always get faster, unless I mean the market just goes to absolute crap. But you never really know. BWV might actually go for 330 here. 322. What did we secure at on BWV? Let me take a look. Got average of 314, so I should actually. Ah, crap. I'm going to take this opportunity to close out because I'm so close to the end. So closing out positions. A $46. You know what? $46 an hour, not a bad wage. Definitely not a bad wage. My favorite thing is when I get introduced to like extended family or even like new friends or something, and they ask what I do for a living, and I just say I just sit at the computer and click buttons. Because like there's no point in explaining. If you don't know the stock market, there's absolutely like no point in trying to explain to somebody what you do and how you make your money. So I just tell them that my wage is like $2,000 an hour or something. It probably averages out to be a lot more than that, but Yeah, I'm gonna count it. Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. I think BWV is gonna do it. My record day? Oh, I don't know what my record day is. I think I got real close to 1 million one day, I think. And my high school teachers, I actually had one high school teacher who screamed at me so hard his face turned purple, telling me that was a waste of taxpayer money and air because I just did nothing in high school and I skipped most of the time. And I actually went back a couple of years ago um, to tell him what I do and how much money I've made, and then he wasn't impressed. So I ended up just, coming back and like showing him that I have multiple degrees as well. And he still wasn't impressed. I was like, okay, well, I don't know how to like, tell you that I made something of myself because I make what you make in a year in one day and I have more degrees than you do and I don't even use them. So like I think I win, but if you want to just pretend that you win, that's okay too. Do a $900,000 day? I think so. I think that's yeah. I think that was the time I got real close to $1 million. That might have been actually December because we were trying to hit. I can't remember what we were trying to hit, but I remember having a really big day. And then we were like, it was like really close to the end of the month, and I was like, oh man, we might actually hit like the highest amount I've ever made in one month. And I think we were like $50,000 off from 3 million, something crazy. I could have probably traded a little bit more and made it, but I even pushed it. I think I traded an extra hour that day. Yeah. Yeah, it was probably that. Yeah. Yeah, I said BWV would be a fairy tale to push to 330 here. I'm kind of waiting to see if it does. It's got 1 minute. That's it. Okay, well, technically it's over, but I'll give it one more minute. Let's see if it does it. Oh, come on. Oh, 329. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, close enough. Definitely close enough. I honestly didn't think we were getting past $3.10 for the longest time there. So you know what? I'm happy to take the $3. I think I closed out around $3.20 on that. So I'm happy with that. As far as the money board goes, I guess we beat it today because I made 1,037,000. So that puts us up $3 million. 3.2. So this is probably the biggest month ever. And we still have 1 day left. So technically speaking, we could do it again. We could probably, if we have a day like today, it might even hit 4 million. Which is going to be my spending money because the next challenge is actually going to be something that's probably a lot less exciting for a lot of people, maybe more exciting for some people. I'm going to do a cash account challenge because a lot of people don't have the money to get past PDT, and a lot of people think you can't make money if you're stuck under PDT rules. So we're going to do $5,000 account with PDT rules. So cash account rules, because that's the way around PDT rules for majority of people. So it's not going to be a monthly challenge. It's going to be until we hit $30,000. It could take 10 days. It could take 10 years. I don't really know. I've never done a cash account, so we're going to be limiting it to a $5,000 start and probably 10 trades a day, so that I can manage position sizes so I never actually run out of capital. But I'm actually going to make a video about the rules today so I don't have to explain it a million times. But we'll see how long it takes us to actually complete that. I want to get to 30,000. I know the rule start at 2,500. We could if you want. Yeah, could start at 2,500. The idea isn't like to see how fast we can get there, but just to show people you can get there. And then the other part of it is I want to hit 30,000, not 25,000, because 25,000 technically gets you past the rules, but 30,000 is the safe line past that, because if you dip below 25,000, you're subject to PDT rules again, so you want to have some sort of buffer. So I'm giving it a $5,000 buffer, so once we hit 30,000, we'll call it complete. Or either that or we run it to a $0 account and it's a failure. But I don't think that would ever happen, so we'll have to see. But yeah, we can definitely start with 2,500. It doesn't really necessarily matter to me what we start with. 5,000 was just a round number that I can do in my head. Or 5,000, yeah. That way I can do, I don't know, I think it's 250 bucks a trade or something. Take 10 trades a day. Yeah, 10 trades a day, 250 bucks a day for the first day, and then we'll just roll the profits into the next day. So it'll be basically the same thing, except I'm just limiting the amount of trades I'm doing, and we're using a much smaller portion of the portfolio. Yes, someone is speaking. They do take. Well, this one's definitely going to take forever. This stuff where we're going from $500 starting, but on a margin account, it takes like no time. Like turning 500 to 3 million, it's easy. However, when you're doing it on a cash account, since you're limited to the amount of trades you can take, it does get a little bit harder. Because like today, for instance, we took total 18 trades, right? 18 trades, 18 trades, 15, 17, 13, 15. So, like, we're going to try for 10 trades. If that doesn't work, maybe we'll cut the position sizes down even more to accommodate up to 20 trades or something. It really depends. We'll just have to see how it goes. It did actually hit. It did too. Look at that. It actually hit it. That's pretty cool. But yeah, the U.S. Consumer Confidence Index and job openings. So yeah, that's what the plan is. So we're currently sitting at a 74.8% win rate. Hopefully tomorrow's a decent day and we can keep that above 75%. I don't know. I have my mindset on 75%, so I'd really like to close out at 75. As far as the trade summary goes, let me scroll down for a year here. 90%. So technically we actually did worse than yesterday, but because our account's growing so big, it obviously a smaller percentage equals more money than the day before. But we actually took quite a few stops today. INAV was break even, but we got a big one on PXMD there, and a big one on BWV, and another big one on MGAM. So we did take some bigger losses due to volatility today, but you know what? It's kind of how it is. We also made some good money off of volatility, so can't really complain. Yeah, it's like every month I get people asking me to do a cash account challenge because a lot of people, I don't know, they think it's cheating that I'm using a margin account. I've actually had some people say it's cheating, or like they don't understand that I'm in Canada and Canada has different rules. Wow, we're at 335 on BWV. It will technically change the P&L, but oh, I see what you think. The me trading is going to change their P&L. Yeah, maybe. Um, but I just like it's something that's been a long time coming. I know a lot of people have been asking for that kind of a challenge, so that's what we're gonna do this month, or however long it takes. Honestly, I don't know how long it's gonna take. I don't think it's gonna take more than a month and a half, or maybe 2 months. Um, but like if I can turn a $5,000 account into $30,000 in 2 months, could say that it should take somebody who's got a decent amount of experience, probably like twice that amount of time. So we'll see. To me, honestly, it's all the same. It doesn't, the money, obviously the money doesn't matter, especially, I just made $1 million today. So in the grand scheme of things, like that'll keep me floating for a long time. My expenses are very, very little. I end up donating most of it anyway, so I'll just keep a portion of it so I can pay the bills for a couple months and go from there. I don't want less trades. Well, I can always keep alerting. Like if we hit 10 trades, I'll keep alerting trades. I just won't take the trades myself. And it'll basically be the same thing. So you could always do that because I mean, like I want to be on for the hour, and I definitely don't want to be missing trades for you guys. So yeah, I can definitely do that because I would like to keep doing the full hour anyway. It's just at some point I'll run out of trades I can take, so I'll stay on and still do alerts and stuff. 346. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. If I had waited 7 minutes, I could have almost doubled my profit on this. Not like I'm really complaining. And INAB too. It's back up to 320. Look at that. Crazy stuff. Yeah, I missed a lot too. Don't worry. Phase down. We've got NBEV down. BBBY is definitely down. So yeah, I mean, if you're going to continue playing today, I think INAB and BWV are probably going to be winners today. Phase has a potential as well. MGAM, it doesn't have the price action that it needs to keep going, so I think it's going to be dead at least until lunch hour. Maybe after the Feds stop talking. Yeah, so we'll see. Anyways, guys, I'm going to hop off for the day. Hopefully y'all enjoy the rest of your trading day and make some more money, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Take care, guys.